the black strips in your windows may actually cost more than aluminum of the same length. Some people might say, isn't it just a cheap plastic strip? It's definitely not. So what is it? The part inside the window is called a thermal break strip. Its main material is PA66 nylon, a black gold derived from petroleum refining. So today, we're going to talk about why Warren Windows and Doors partners with Technoform to focus so intensely on a single thermal break strip, and how important it really is in window systems. Just how important is it? Or when it comes to Technoform, it is truly a hidden champion in the thermal break strip industry. In the market, when people say, comparable to Technoform, or looks like Technoform, they are simply trying to ride on its reputation. In fact, Technoform has been manufacturing thermal break strips for over half a century. For example, many landmark buildings around the world, luxury villas, and even passive houses all use it. It not only meets national standards, but also complies with EU standards, which are even significantly higher than the latest domestic standards. To put it simply, if the passing score for others is 60, then for Technoform thermal break strips, the starting point is already 90. In fact, the thermal break strip industry is quite complex. The core raw material for producing PA66 nylon is called adiponitril. The companies that truly master this patented production technology are only a small number of overseas manufacturers. So, several situations have emerged in the market. First, there is the older 2009 national standard thermal break strip, which costs around 16,000 RMB per ton. Because this type of thermal break strip contains some recycled nylon, it has more impurities. As a result, its performance is less stable. Second, there is the newer 2017 national standard, which costs over 40,000 RMB per ton. Its requirement is that only virgin raw materials must be used, recycled, or blended. Materials are not allowed. And the third type is the ES standard Technoform thermal break strip we are currently using. It costs over 80,000 RMB per ton. It has extremely high purity, very stable performance, and excellent thermal insulation efficiency. A single thermal break strip can even be more expensive than aluminum itself. So why do some brands dare to sell it for just a few hundred RMB per square meter? And why do some of them intentionally make it wider and larger just to look more impressive? But you need to understand this. Low-quality thermal break strips made from inferior raw materials can actually be cheaper than aluminum. So the conclusion is, when the thermal break strip is made wider and larger, less aluminum is used, which ultimately reduces the overall cost. But Warren's strategic decision this year to standardize Technoform thermal break strips is not simply because it is expensive, nor just because it is well known. It's because it can deliver the following three key advantages. First, it truly provides thermal insulation. It's multi-chamber. Structure blocks heat transfer layer by layer. Second, it is truly durable, made from virgin PA66 material, reinforced with glass fiber. It also has thermal expansion and contraction properties that match aluminum, so it won't separate or degrade over time. Third, it is truly reliable and traceable. Every thermal break strip has an anti-counterfeit code, allowing full traceability and verification from the source. A window and door system is expected to last for 10 to 20 years or even longer. But once there is a problem with the thermal break strip, it can lead to issues such as water, leakage, condensation, and even window sash sagging. You cannot replace it. You can only choose to dismantle or replace the entire window. So Warren's answer is simple. We use the best materials in both visible and hidden parts. We invest all costs into high-quality raw materials and craftsmanship, leaving better insulation in your home and keeping potential problems outside the window. Wishing everyone can find the perfect windows and doors they truly love.